What's going on there, beautiful people? So I am on the diet. My goal right now is to lose fat. I'm cutting weight. Last week, I lost another pound. But the crazy thing is that on average, I increased my calories by about 300-400 calories. The week before, I averaged 1,900 calories, 2,000-ish. Last week, I averaged about 2,400 calories, and I still lost another pound. Is there any type of magic to it? No, I have a pretty clear explanation as to why this happened, why I eat more. Literally, you know what I mean? I consume more calories, but how did I lose another pound? How did I lose weight by eating more? Like, that doesn't make sense, right? No, actually, I'm gonna make it make sense to you guys. So this is what we're gonna unpack in this video. Okay, so how did that happen, right? How did I eat more but still lose weight? Is there something about my metabolism? Maybe. So let's unpack that. There's 4 things that go into your metabolism, correct? You probably know this. Number 1, and the biggest, is your basal metabolic rate or resting metabolic rate. That's how much energy your body spends on just survival. How much energy, how many calories your body would burn if you were to lay in bed all day and not move, just for your body to function, just for your heart to beat, for your lungs to breathe, for your blood to flow, for all your organs to function. How much energy would your body need to spend for you to live, right? Without any activity, without any movement. That's your resting metabolic rate, and that's the first and biggest thing that goes into your metabolism. Next thing that goes into your metabolism is called NEAT. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's how much energy you spend every day doing things that are not exercise, that are not training, anything. Walking your dog, washing dishes, fidgeting, right? When you sit and you tap your fingers on the table and you don't even notice it. Or a lot of people have this habit to bounce their heel off the floor. Things like that. Just anything. Walking your dog, going up the stairs, doing things around the house, walking to the car, coming back from the car, going to the grocery store, whatever. Any activity that's not training, that's NEAT. So that's the second component of your metabolism. Resting metabolic rate is 1, and then non-exercise activity thermogenesis is 2. Third thing that goes into your metabolism is how much energy you spend on exercising. They call it EAT. E-A-T, exercise activity thermogenesis, right? So, self-explanatory, simple. How much calories did you burn in your workouts? So that's 3, right? And the final thing, the 4th thing that goes into your metabolism is called TEF, which is thermic effect of food, which means how much energy your body spends on digesting the food that you eat. We're going to unpack which components of your metabolism change when you eat more, and what do you need to eat for those things to change, right? So I think I have a pretty good idea. So let me explain. Alright, so what I think happened. So let me first tell you what I ate more of. I ate more of. I didn't change nothing about my protein intake. I didn't change nothing about my fat intake. Every single calorie that I ate more of came from carbohydrates. Fruits, vegetables, starch. I eat all kinds of fruits, berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. I eat apples, pears, bananas, watermelon, love watermelon. So all of those fruits, and my go-to, all kinds of vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes, carrots, green peas, corn. I eat all kinds of those vegetables, and starchy carbohydrates such as white potatoes and rice. So all of the calories that I ate more of came from those foods that I just listed, basically. So how is it I ate more of those foods, right, and still lost weight? So let's come back to our metabolism. First is NEAT. Carbs give you energy. Carbs give you energy, and when you consume more carbs, you just feel like moving more. So I think my NEAT was higher. So I think I burn more calories without even knowing about it by fidgeting more and just moving more subconsciously. So because like if you do any movement intentional, that's you can call that exercise. I don't care if you just slowly walk on the treadmill at half a mile per hour. That's intentional, right? You stood on the treadmill, you turn it on, or you went for a walk outside. That's intentional. You're like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk. So that's intentional exercise. So I think there's something about it that, by increasing my carb consumption, my metabolism went up because partially I think my non-exercise activity increased, which I didn't even know about. So that's a theory right there. You can think, that's actually, that's what I think. That may or may not be true, but what's true and the fact that I still lost a pound, and it's true in the fact that I did eat more. So I'm just telling you what is, right? And, another thing, because I had more carbs, that fueled my workout. So I think my energy output in my workouts was greater. You see what I'm saying? Let's say I had less calories than what I did. I would not be able to push myself as hard in my workouts that I did. But because I increased, not by a lot, right? 300-400 calories is not a lot of calories. But all of those calories came from carbohydrates, which gave me literally energy to push harder in my workouts. So I think my energy output in my workouts was bigger, right? Which made me burn more calories. Because again, the law of thermodynamics applies no matter what. No matter what. You cannot defeat it. So it's always going to be energy in versus energy out game. But I think by keeping your fat very, very low and increasing those calories from carbohydrates will make your energy output greater. Same amount of calories, high fat, low carb, same amount of calories, low fat, high carb, you're going to have more energy out. Same amount of energy in, but you're going to have more energy out on the high carb. This has been my experience, and this is why I think I lost another pound last week, but I ate more. And finally, another point, which is also important, and it explains what happened, right? I mentioned thermic effect of food, how much calories your body spends on digesting food, right? So there's 3 macronutrients, right? Protein, fats, and carbs. The thermic effect of protein is anywhere between 20 to 30%. So if you eat 100 calories of pure protein, your body's going to spend 20 to 30 of those calories to digest that protein. So you're only going to net 70 or 80 calories from that protein. Does that make sense? That's how much energy your body spends to digest pure protein without fats or carbs, right? When it comes to fats, thermic effect of food, when it comes to fats, is 0 up to 3%. So almost nothing, right? And fats, your body doesn't need to do anything to them in order to store them. Fat is stored as fat. You know what I mean? So if your goal is to burn fat, this is why you better off decreasing dietary fat intake if your goal is to burn off fat off your body. Because thermic effect of food is low, so your metabolism is going to be running colder. Metabolism is going to be less, right? And again, your body doesn't need to do anything to store those fats as fats. They're already fats. So if you consume them, you know, and your body has an abundance of calories, okay, join in, you know, we're already here on your sides and on your ass and whatever, join in. And finally, carbs, right? Carbs, the thermic effect of carbs is about 10%. So if you eat 100 calories of pure carbs, your body will spend about 10 calories to digest that, so you net about 90. But, and it's a huge but, if you overeat carbs, let's say your fats are low, your protein is moderate, you hit a gram per pound of your body weight or target body weight, and the fats are low, and then you go to town on just pure carbohydrates. You pig out on fruit, you pig out on rice, on potatoes, without any oil on it, right? Without fats, absent. Fat is absent. You just overeat carbohydrates. They will first go into your muscles and your liver in the form of glycogen. And that will give you energy. And then, if you don't spend that energy, then that energy that was not spent will be stored as fat, can potentially be stored as fat. But if you're an individual who's active, who's training, who's living their active lifestyle, who has a goal to lose fat, you know, that's not a problem for you. Even if you overeat carbs on a given day, you do not jeopardize your fat loss goal because, you know, worst case scenario, you're just gonna store those carbs, whatever they are, in your muscles and in your liver, and then next day you go and you put it to work in your workouts. So, I hope I made sense there, right? Again, why did I lose another pound of weight, but I had on average 300 or 400 calories per day more than the week before and the week before? Because my energy output is greater. My energy input was greater, right? I consumed more calories, but because the calories that I consumed came from pure carbohydrates, it gave me energy to spend more energy. Spend more energy in my workouts, spend more energy in my lifestyle, moving more, fidgeting more, non-exercise activity, thermogenesis was higher, and potentially my metabolism was also higher because just thermic effect of food was also was also a part of the equation, right? So that's a lesson that I learned last week. I'm gonna see how I feel. It was not intentional by the way. I didn't say, okay, let me increase my calories this week. I just had bigger appetite. You know, I live a very active lifestyle. And, so I was hungrier. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat more. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue to eat. I'm gonna target 1,900 to 2,000 per day. But again, if I feel like eating more, I might allow myself to have a few more 100 calories. But you bet that those calories will come from pure carbohydrates if I do that. Okay, I hope you found this video helpful and valuable and informative. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I'll make sure to read every comment and get back to every question. And yeah, follow along because I'm gonna share my entire journey. So at this point, I'm about 9 pounds away of my target weight. My goal is to get shredded and continue to get stronger. Another important fact, I hit another PR 3 days ago, I hit a PR in my weighted dips, 135 for 6. I couldn't beat that PR for a long time. Last time I hit 135 for 5 was like November, and right now it's April. Like, it's crazy. November, December, January, February, March, like 4.5 months. I couldn't beat that PR, but I finally beat it. And again, I don't think it's a coincidence, because those carbs are just fueling me, and I feel great. I feel energetic. I'm strong, and I'm getting lighter. So, you bet I am losing fat. So yeah, I'm going to keep you guys posted on my journey. Again, if you have any questions, leave them below. And if you like these type of videos, you like the information that I share, you find this stuff valuable, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. All right, see you guys later.